in adversity, you have to find motivation to continue and do well. Every action that we take has some motivation of either being selfish or altruistic. All that adds up. Motivation is simple. You eliminate those who are not motivated. Motivation aside, if people get better at these life skills, everyone benefits. The brain does not distinguish between being a more empathic manager and a more empathic father. Desire is the key to motivation, but it's the determination and commitment to unrelenting pursuit of your goal, a commitment to excellence that will enable you to attain the success you seek. There's always the motivation of wanting to win. Everybody has that, but a champion needs in his attitude a motivation above and beyond winning. It was all about wanting to get revenge. Pathetic, really, but it still is the motivation. I like a role where some of the characters' motivations are confusing or at least interesting. My motivation is in part a bit of angst that comes from feeling like I don't belong, that our generation does not belong. If employees need to stay late in order to curry favor with the boss, what motivation do they have to get work done during normal business hours? After all, they can put in the requisite face time, whether they are surfing the internet or analyzing customer data. If I have any basic motivation, it's to inspire people to make their life a masterpiece. Our love of people has always been our motivation and our competitive advantage. Reading has always been the fuel of my motivation. It has changed the direction in which I have traveled, and it has enhanced my creative imagination more than any other activity I have ever pursued. When you spend time working on something for a time period and then it does not correlate, it decreases in your motivation. Since self-control is vital to reaching long-term goals, befriending people with willpower could be the secret to success. Whether you are tempted to skip that workout at the gym, or you are considering blowing this month's budget, spending time with a disciplined friend could boost your motivation to maintain healthy habits. Motivation levels differ person to person, as does the time since failing New Year resolutions. Hope is the motivation that empowers the unemployed, enabling them to get out of bed every single morning with unbounded enthusiasm as they look for work. No matter what happens to our game, money won't be a motivation for me. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. If you're going through hell, keep going. It always seems impossible until it's done. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again. Fail again, fail better. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. Failure will never overtake me if my determination to succeed is strong enough. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Do the difficult things while they're easy and do the great things while they're small. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. What you do today can improve all your tomorrows. There is only one corner of the universe you can be certain of improving, and that's your own self. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. If you fell down yesterday, stand up today. Either you run the day or day runs you. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. Consult not your fears, but your hopes and your dreams. Think not about your frustrations, but about your unfulfilled potential. Concern yourself not with what you tried and failed in, but what it is still possible for you to do. We should not give up, and we should not allow the problem to defeat us. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into visible. Do not watch the clock, do what it does. Keep going. Problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines. Be kind whenever possible, it is always possible. Change your life today. Do not gamble on the future. Act now without delay. Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. The ultimate aim of the ego is not to see something, but to be something. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Set your goals high and do not stop till you get there. The key is to keep company only with people who uplifts you, whose presence calls forth your best. Your talent is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. You cannot cross the sea merrily by standing and staring at the water. Well done is better than well said. Infuse your life with action. Do not wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Make your own future. Make your own hope. Make your own love, and whatever your beliefs, honor your Creator, not by passively waiting for grace to come down from upon high, but by doing what you can to make grace happen yourself, right now, right down here on earth. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after the other. Things do not happen, things are made to happen. I don't believe you have to be better than everybody else. I believe you have to be better than you ever thought you could be. Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. Opportunity does not knock. It presents itself when you beat down the door. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. The most effective way to do it is do it. The past cannot be changed. The future is yet in your power. Where there is a will, there is a way. If there is a chance in a million that you can do something, anything to keep what you want from ending, do it. Pray the door open, or if need be, wedge your foot in that door and keep it open. Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. and better tools will be found as you go along. Begin to be now what you will be hereafter. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you. You just cannot beat the person who never gives up. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Motivation is the art of getting people to do what you want them to do because they want to do it. You cannot build a reputation on what you are going to do. I know where I'm going, and I know the truth, and I don't have to be what you want me to be. I am free to be what I want. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot, but make it hot by striking. A goal is a dream with a deadline. You will never win if you never begin. Learn from the past, set vivid detailed goals for the future, and live in the only moment of time over which you have any control, now. Do the only thing you think you cannot do. Fail at it. Try again. Do better the second time. The only people who never tumble are those who never mount the high wire. This is your moment. Own it. You simply have to put one foot in front of the other and keep going. Put blinders on and plow right ahead. I really believe that everyone has a talent, ability, or skill that he can mine to support himself and to succeed in life. The will to succeed is important, but what's more important is the will to prepare. Whatever you want in life, other people are going to want it too. Believe in yourself enough to accept the idea that you have an equal right to it. The first step towards success is taken when you refuse to be a captive of the environment in which you first find yourself. No matter how many goals you have achieved, you must set your sights on a higher one. You must take actions now that will move you toward your goals. Develop a sense of urgency in your life. Follow your dreams, work hard, practice, and make sure you eat a variety of foods, get plenty of exercise, and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Myths are stories that express meaning, morality, or motivation. Whether they are true or not is irrelevant. We are all vulnerable to social approval. The need to belong, to be approved or appreciated by our peers is among the highest human motivations. But now our social approval is in the hands of tech companies. In my experience, there is only one motivation, and that is desire. No reason or principle contain it or stand against it. The culture of undermining sends signals of disrespect. This approach not only saps motivation and undermines teamwork, it also lowers the motivation to work extra hours, anticipating what can go wrong. When I hear people say that they don't think I can do something or they don't think I belong somewhere, that's all it takes for me to prove them wrong, and it's motivation. My motivation is being the best, pretty simple and straightforward. Everybody kind of perceives me as being angry. It's not anger, it's motivation. We have learned to embrace our own physical shadows by leaning on each other, and wants to find motivation and energy to keep our heads up and stay healthy. For the great speakers, it's all about the audience, and the feeling they have is that they are giving a gift of maybe knowledge or inspiration or motivation. Whatever your cause, whatever your motivation, I hope you will agree with me that volunteer service is an extraordinary gift. When you need motivation, just think you can do everything if you maintain a strong sense of will. NASA has been one of the most successful public investments in motivating students to do well and achieve all they can achieve. It's sad that they are turning the program in a direction where it will reduce the amount of motivation and stimulation it provides to young people. Our greatest motivation in life comes from not knowing the future. That's the easy part, to continue to do what you love, to focus, to train. There's no extra motivation that needs to be added to that. The stories we tell ourselves and we tell each other in fiction have to do with individualism. Every person here is the center of his or her own story, and our job as people and as characters is to find our own motivations and desires, to overcome conflicts and obstacles toward defining ourselves so that we grow and change. From a motivation perspective, helping others enriches the meaning and purpose of our own lives, showing us that our contributions matter and energizing us to work harder, longer, and smarter. When you start to work out during your holidays, you know you have got the motivation. When I stop working hard during my holidays and getting excited before the beginning of the season, that's when I will know it's time to call it quits. I don't believe in team motivation. I believe in getting a team prepared so it knows it will have the necessary confidence when it steps on a field and be prepared to play a good game. In the new economy, information, education, and motivation are everything. My motivation has always been to do technology apps and companies, not making money. Just because the money is come, nothing has changed. Maintain that motivation to go from A to B and to keep your focus on that target without any weakening. This is called tenacity, stamina in your motivation. I never struggle for motivation, that's for sure. Motivation is something that burns within. Your motivation is not to try to inspire, but rather to do things that inspire you, and hopefully that will spread to others. If money was your only motivation, you would organize yourself differently. In life, an abundance of confidence gives us higher motivation, persistence, and optimism, and can allow us to accomplish things we otherwise might not have undertaken. Nations do not have friends, they have interests. The best motivation for a state to act, if it is remote from an epidemic, is if its own security is at risk. That mentality that I have every year, that I have to prove myself to everyone that I am a good player, that's the thing that keeps me going. That's my motivation. Other people's success spurs me on to do well and gives me motivation. One very important aspect of motivation is the willingness to stop and to look at things that no one else has bothered to look at. This simple process of focusing on things that are normally taken for granted is a powerful source of creativity. The biggest motivation for you is your desire to be the best. It's not about motivation, it's about what's driven inside of you. Motivation is everything. You can do the work of two people, but you cannot be two people. Instead, you have to inspire the next guy down the line and get him to inspire his people. It's nice to hope to inspire people out there who maybe have a little less motivation or who are low in confidence or self-belief to go out there and achieve. Intellectuals solve problems. Geniuses prevent them. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? The hardest thing to understand in the world is the income tax. In matters of truth and justice, there's no difference between large and small problems. For issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. The gift of fantasy has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing positive knowledge. If you're out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. He who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe is as good as dead, His eyes are closed. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. Technological progress is like an axe in the hands of a pathological criminal. The environment is everything that isn't me. Put your hand on a hot stove for a minute and it seems like an hour. Sit with a pretty girl for an hour and it seems like a minute. It is strange to be known so universally and yet to be so lonely. True art is characterized by an irresistible urge in the creative artist. Without deep reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. Only one who devotes himself to a cause with his whole strength and soul can be a true master. For this reason, mastery demands all of a person. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. Whoever undertakes to set himself up as the judge of truth and knowledge is shipwrecked by the laughter of the gods. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind. Never do anything against concise, even if the state demands it. I think and think for months and years. 99 times the conclusion is false. The 100th time I'm right. The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Anyone who does not take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. My religion consists of a humble admiration of the illimitable superior spirit who reveals himself in the slight details we are able to perceive with our frail and feeble mind. The deep emotional conviction of the presence of a superior reasoning power, which is revealed in the incomprehensible universe, forms my idea of God. Nothing is more destructive of respect for the government and the law of the land than passing laws which cannot be enforced. We still do not know 1,000th of 1% of what nature has revealed to us. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Don't worry about your difficulties in mathematics. I assure you that mine are still greater. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there is no risk of accident for someone who's dead. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. I am not only a pacifist, but a militant pacifist. I'm willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. It is a miracle that curiosity survives formal education. I want to go when I want. It is tasteless to prolong life artificially. I have done my share. It is time to go. I will do it elegantly. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. Heroism on command, senseless violence, and all the loathsome nonsense that goes by the name of patriotism, how passionately I hate them. I don't believe in immorality of the individual, and I consider ethics to be an exclusively human concern with no superhuman authority behind it. We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. He who joyfully marches to music in rank and file has already earned my contempt. He has been given a large brain by mistake, since for him the spinal cord would suffice. You never know what motivates you. When one must, one can. To be wholly devoted to some intellectual exercises to have succeeded in life. Accept the challenges so that you can feel the exhilaration of victory. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you're capable of living. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else. Get action, seize the moment. Man was never intended to become an oyster. If you think you can do it, you can. Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. If you don't like how things are, change it. You are not a tree. Go for it now. The future is promised to no one. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of health. Learning is the beginning of spirituality. Searching and learning is where the miracle process all begins. Determine never to be idle. Person will have occasion to complain of the want of time who never loses any. It is wonderful how much may be done if we are always doing. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. I would rather attempt to do something great and fail than to attempt to do nothing and succeed. We make the world we live in and shape our own environment. The people that are feeding you the information on things that I like, love life, believe in yourself, be motivational, give your time to things and meditate, they are all older people who are well into their 50s and have had careers. And for me, at this point, I am the young ambassador for this whole lifestyle of making your mentality a reality. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. Beginning today, treat everyone you meet as if they were going to be dead by midnight. Extend to them all the care, kindness, and understanding you can muster, and do it with no thought of any reward. Your life will never be the same again. As somebody was once a nobody who wanted to and did. Success is the only motivational factor that a boy with character needs. You need to overcome the tug of people against you as you reach for high goals. You hope to bring your A game to any game, and of course, you do in a final. You hope to bring experience, fitness, communication skills, and motivational skills. Fear of failure, it's the greatest motivational tool. It drives me and drives me and drives me. I like motivational books because I like the go-getting American spirit. Your destiny is in your own hands. Life is what you make it. Don't accept your limitation. Jump before you are pushed and leap before you look. People say dream big. That's kind of one of those motivational sayings. But I would dream hard, meaning I just wanted it so badly I could feel it. Religious speech is extreme, emotional, and motivational. It is anti-literal, relying on metaphor, allusion, and other rhetorical devices, and it assumes knowledge within a community of believers. Choosing a system is no longer enough. Coaches have to be psychologists and motivational leaders too. People always need to hear good motivational speeches. We need to accept that the commandments of God aren't just a long list of good ideas. They aren't life hacks from an internet blog or motivational quotes from a Pinterest board. Giving back, doing motivational speeches, and stuff like that, that's always made me feel good. If you repeatedly go out there and you are the change that you want to see, then that's what you are. Typically, if you reward something, you get more of it. You punish something, you get less of it. And our businesses have been built for the last 150 years very much on that kind of motivational scheme. Stoking fears of a potential shutdown is a strong motivational tool to get members on board with legislation that they don't want to support. Both parties are guilty of this. There is no stronger case for the motivational power of real science than the discoveries that come from the Hubble Space Telescope, as it unravels the mysteries of the universe. Motivation will almost always beat mere talent. One way to keep momentum going is to have constantly greater goals. No matter how many goals you have achieved, you must set your sights on a higher one. The more things you do, the more you can do. Step by step, and the thing is done. When you fail, you learn from the mistakes you made, and it motivates you to work even harder. The hardships that you encountered in the past will always help you succeed in the future. You can never quit. Winners never quit, and the quitters never win. I learned that we can do anything, but we cannot do everything. At least, not at the same time. So think of your priorities, not in terms of what activities you do, but when you do them. Timing is everything. The people who influence you are the people who believe in you. I have found that luck is quite predictable. If you want more luck, take more chances, be more active, show up more often. Follow your inner moonlight. Do not hide the madness. Perseverance is failing 19 times and succeeding the 20th. Do something wonderful. People may imitate it. Never retreat, never explain. Get it done and let them whole. I have worked too hard and too long to let anything stand in the way of my goals. I will not let my teammates down, and I will not let myself down. You must take action now that will move you toward your goals. Develop a sense of urgency in your life. Decide what you want. Decide what you're willing to exchange for it. Establish your priorities and go to work. Pursue one great decisive aim with force and determination. You cannot expect to hit the jackpot if you do not put a few nickels in the machine. One way to keep momentum going is to have constantly greater goals. Set your sights high. The higher, the better. Expect the most wonderful things happen, not in the future, but right now. Realize that nothing is too good. Allow absolutely nothing to hamper you or hold you up in any way. Always continue the climb. It is possible for you to do whatever you choose. If you first get to know who you are and are willing to work with a power that is greater than ourselves to do it. There is nothing deep down inside us except what we have put there ourselves. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't sell out. Your heaviest artillery will be your will to live. Keep the big gun going. Go big or go home. Because it's true, what do you have to lose? I think people who are creative are the luckiest people on earth. I know that there are no shortcuts, but you must keep your faith in something greater than you and keep doing what you love. Do what you love, and you will find the way to get it out of the world. There is progress, whether you are going forward or backward. The thing is to move. What is called genius is the abundance of life and health. Set yourself earnestly to see what you are made to do, and then set yourself earnestly to do it. We are taught you must blame your father, your sisters, your brothers, the school, the teachers, but never blame yourself. It's never your fault, but it's always your fault, because if you wanted to change, you are the one who has got to change. Crave for a thing, you will get there. Renounce the craving, the object will follow you by itself. In motivating people, you have got to engage their minds and their hearts. I motivate people, I hope, by example and perhaps by excitement, by having productive ideas to make others feel involved. True happiness involves the full use of one's powers and talents. How do you know you're going to do something until you do it? The more we do, the more we can do. The wise does at once what the fool does at last. You create your opportunities by asking for them. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. If you do not design your own life plan, chances are you will fall into someone else's plan. And guess what? They have planned for you not much. Never give in and never give up. The weeds keep multiplying in our garden, which in our mind ruled by fear. Rip them out and call them by name. Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. If you cannot explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious. You cannot blame gravity for falling in love. The world is a dangerous place to live in, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The only source of knowledge is experience. Only two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. It's not that I am so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming interactions. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. Joy is looking, and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Intellectual growth should commence at birth and cease only at death. The only reason for time is so that everything does not happen at once. Whoever is careless with the truth in small matters cannot be trusted with important matters. I live in the solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idealized. try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong.